to wake up in the morning to the quiet of the cove and hear Aunt Bessie talking to herself, and to hear poor Uncle John mumbling wishes to O'Nell. It made me feel like everything was fine. I was born down by the water, it's here I'm gonna stay. I've searched for all the reasons why I should go away, but I haven't got the thirst for all those modern day toys, so I'll just take my chances with those saltwater joys. Following a little brook as it trickles to the shore in the autumn when the trees are flaming red, kicking leaves that fall around me, watching sunset paint the hills. It's all I'll ever need to feel at home. This island that we cling to has been handed down with pride by folks who fought to live here, taking hardships all in stride. So I'll compliment her beauty, hold on to my goodbyes, and I'll stay and take my chances with those saltwater joys. How can I leave those mornings with the sunrise on the cove and the gulls like flies surrounding Clayton's Wharf? Platter's Island wrapped in rainbow in the evening after fog. The ocean smells are perfume to my soul. Some go to where the buildings reach to meet the clouds, where warm and gentle people turn to swarming faceless crowds. So I'll do without their riches, glamour and the noise, and I'll stay and take my chances with those saltwater joys. Some go to where the buildings reach to meet the clouds, where warm and gentle people turn to swarming faceless crowds. So I'll do without their riches, glamour and the noise, and I'll stay and take my chances with those saltwater joys.
Good evening and welcome to This Week in Review. Tonight, our stories are participation activities for Violence Awareness Month, Team Jeopardy game, International Women's Day, Herring Helpers, Colorectal Cancer Awareness and Nutritional Month, Red Cross Month. Please stay tuned for these stories after this. Try your luck and play TV bingo on Wednesday, sponsored by the grad class. Cards are 6 for $5 and can be bought in most stores around town or from any of the members of the grad class. During February, for Violence Prevention Month, various activities were going on around town to promote violence awareness. The ELK committee held it in a contest form for people or groups to participate. Various groups, individuals participated in the community challenge. Here is a look at some of these projects that were submitted. Mrs. Marlene Vatcher's and Jennifer Hand's grade 3-4 class completed an anti-bullying program, Bully Boys and Gossip Girls. Posters completed, discussion on making our school a better and more friendly place, free from bullying. Ms. Connie Domini's kindergarten class in Ramya at a class discussion on being nice to others and bullying, physical and verbal. The Burgeo Lions Club had tickets on a 50-50 draw, and the proceeds went towards the transition house. The Burgeo Lioness Club had a free walk and skate at the arena. All donations were forwarded to the transition house. The grade 5 class made anti-violence buttons and distributed them during the free skate and walk at the arena. Mrs. Penny's kindergarten class watched a video, How I Learned Not to Bully. Read some stories, Trevor and the Bully, and Are Not for Eating. No bullies allowed. They done anti-bullying posters, friendship bracelets, where each selected a special friend in their classroom and traded friendship bracelets and made a promise not to bully to one another and to tell others to stop bullying. And they watched the video, 10 Things to Do Instead of Eating. The Community Youth Network made hand cutouts with positive messages. Then they took the hands and made a sun to symbolize a bright, positive future. The Burgeo Beards made Valentine's crafts and gave them to the seniors and chronic care patients to show that they care. Mrs. Compton's grade 5-6 class in Ramya had discussion and information sessions on bullying, a class mural, and what it means not to bully. And Mrs. Compton's class of grade 3-4 in Ramya had discussion and info on bullying and done poems. And the Burgeo Girl Guides did 2 posters. The winner of these community challenges were drawn randomly from the bag. These were Mrs. Vatcher's Jennifer Ann's grade 3-4 class. They won a pizza party. Mrs. Dominique's kindergarten class in Ramya, which won a snack-back certificate. Burgeo Lions Club won gift certificates for $50 worth of chicken. Honorary mention of $5 gift certificate also went to Dylan McDonald, grade 9, and Jeanette Tucker, grade 8, for their work in writing and presenting the winning speeches on violence awareness. Here is what they wrote.
My name is Dylan McDonald, and I'm here to talk about violence in video games. Do video games promote violence? The answer is yes and no, depending on what game genre you're thinking about. The biggest contributors to the violent part of video games are RPGs, role-playing games, adventure, and shooters. There are many types of video game violence. There's physical, verbal, sexual, and mental. The physical violence is mostly found in RPGs and shooters, maybe in adventures and racing. Whether it be punching someone, shooting, kicking, whatever it is, it's physical violence. Verbal is cursing or screaming or shouting at other characters in the game. Rape, sexual intercourse, nudity are all types of sexual violence and interactions. And mental violence is anything that will change or influence a person's mind. Video games can seem more real to undeveloped minds, such as a child's or a mentally handicapped person. This can cause the person to lose grip on reality and act as the violent characters in the game, where there are no consequences, and they could hurt people. There have been occurrences of this happening, where kids have played shooting games and shot at actual people, either each other or other ones, because they saw it in the game. In order to prevent this from happening, parents should be aware of what their kids are playing on these revolutionary game systems. Migratory businesses try to prevent young people from buying games that are too intense for their young minds. They make sure the kid's parents or a guardian is with them to give consent for them to buy it. But even with this, parents still don't, some parents, fully know what their kids are buying. That's why they should read the case and the reasons for the rating for the game on the back of the case. Parents can also put a limit on the amount of game time put in playing it. This could benefit the child in two ways. Doesn't lose a grip on reality and has more time for their studies. Parents have the power to help their kids by controlling their video games. There are many game readings. C for children, E for everyone, E10 plus, everyone 10 and over, T is for teen, and M is for mature, 17 and over. These ratings are on the games for our own protection and the correct development of our minds. Everyone should be aware of these ratings and why they are there, especially their parents. For the people who don't want any game, either for themselves or their child, that is too violent, they should research it before buying it, just to be safe. In conclusion, I find that it's up to the gamers to know the difference between virtual reality and actual reality. And it's up to the parents to keep the gaming under control for their children. Video games aren't bad, they're just impressionable.
My name is Janet Tucker and I'm grade 8 and I am one speech thing with violence. And my topic is violence in media. This is a true story taken from the great non-religion book, My Place in the World. 2 high school students in Denver, Colorado shot more than a dozen students at Columbine High School. Many critics of violence in movies pointed out that they are dressed like characters in The Matrix, which was a very violent movie that had appeared a few months before the killing. According to Webster's Dictionary, violence is a physical force employed so as to damage or to injure. A lot of teens and younger children don't realize that a movie is what it is, a movie. People are called actors and actresses for one reason. That's what they do, they act. They don't really kill people in the making of a movie. It's called modern technology, computers and buttons, where you press something and blood goes everywhere. Violence in media has a very strong effect on young children who see a lot of TV in their lives. According to Psychology Matters and New Scientist, kids who don't watch a lot of TV have the highest probability of graduating from university by age 26. Those who watch a lot of TV, or more than 3 hours a day, have a high chance of dropping out of school. Statistics prove that most people at age 8 or over have a television in their room and watch more TV than anyone in their class. And sometimes they have really low grades. Music is also a type of violence in media. Teenagers in Canada and the United States listen to approximately 10,500 hours of music, including rock and rap between the 7th and the 12th grade. The top 40 songs that has come out so far in the 21st century has inappropriate words in it or discriminating against people because of their race or religion. Music videos stress more on what the song means. Like if you see a video and it shows people doing things that you might not realize that they do in the song. Most parents of teenagers do not know the songs that their children listen to or the lyrics that's in those. Another type of violence in media is violent video games. Video games cause a lot of violence committed by kids in society today. Violent video games might be more violent and harmful than violent television shows because in violent video games you actually kill people by pressing on buttons, but in a violent movie you only see them doing it, like a movie such as Hotel Rwanda. Another big problem with violence is in the internet. Violence committed on the internet can be said by words and insult in that way, or someone pops by your MSN or sends you a hotline message and says, let's meet at a certain street at a certain time. But what amazes me is that some people actually fall for things like that. Meet people, never heard of them before? Doesn't make sense, does it? No. These people are called predators who are trying to make contact with young kids. Predators can also come from chat rooms, which is worldwide, and you don't know who you're talking to. People now use cell phones to set up fight groups. A fight group is when people text or call each other to meet at a certain location and watch people fight and cheer them on and keep doing it. Instant messaging has replaced the telephone when it comes to communicating with other people. Often people rush home from school to finish a conversation that they couldn't finish at school. A lot of people who use instant messaging feel free to say anything they want to, like call people off or tell them who they like. Some other people use chat rooms. Cyberwise states that more than a third of grade 7 boys have visited violence or gore sites on purpose. The amount of hate-related sites have increased by 75% since 1995. I hope you learned a lot about violence in media from this speech and how to prevent it. And always remember, those who can do, those who can't bully.
Our committee would like to thank everyone who participated throughout February in the violence awareness activities. Even though February is now gone and we are into March, I would like to share with you one more lot of facts about violence that I found on the internet. Violence against people with disabilities. Some people with disabilities require support from other people. The intimate physical and emotional contact involved in this support they receive can greatly increase the risk of abuse. It is estimated that 83% of women with disabilities will be sexually abused in their lifetime. Of those persons who have received care at a mental health institution as an inpatient, 80% have been experienced physical or sexual abuse in their lifetime. Children with disabilities are particularly vulnerable, as they are 5 times more likely to experience abuse. For women with disabilities, the abuse may be perpetrated by an intimate partner or spouse, by a family member or support giver. Research has only just begun in this area, but indications are that women and children with disabilities are the ones of the most highly victimized groups in our society. Research has shown that women who are incarcerated have a significantly higher incidence of mental disability, including schizophrenia, major depression, substance use disorder, psychosexual dysfunction, and antisocial personality disorder. In addition, incarcerated women have a much higher incidence of a history of childhood sexual abuse and severe physical abuse than women in the general population. Among incarcerated Aboriginal women, who are disproportionately representative in the federal prison system, 90% reported physical abuse and 61% reported sexual abuse. Mothers with children with fetal alcohol syndrome have been found to have comorbid histories of serious violence and traumas, serious mental health problems, and difficult relationships in which partners often control their substance use and access to services. In 2005, St. John set up a special court to deal specifically with persons with mental health issues who have been charged with a crime and who otherwise would be streamed through the regular criminal courts. The court, which heard more than 50 cases, was a pilot project with its own judge, crown, and defense lawyers, psychiatrists, and case manager. It was recently deemed successful enough to warrant extended funding from the federal and provincial governments. Community inclusion is recognizing that we are one, even though we are not the same. The act of inclusion means fighting against exclusion and all of the social diseases exclusion gives birth to. Example, racism, sexism, ableism, etc. The OUT Committee sponsored a Team Jeopardy game on Monday, February 26, at the Burgeo Academy. There were 6 teams in total. 3 teams played in the one section. The other 3 teams played in the other section, and the winner of both groups faced off with one question. The first 3 teams were Calder Healthcare firemen, cadets, and teachers. The Calder Healthcare firemen won this section. The second 3 teams were Lioness, School Council, and CYN. The winners of this section was the Lioness. Before the second lot of teams played, a free lunch was served. It consisted of sandwiches, cookies, and other finger food, along with juices and tea and coffee. The Calder Healthcare firemen faced off against the Lioness with a final Jeopardy question. The Lioness won. Everyone that participated received a certificate of participation and a gift certificate from the local restaurant. The winning team also received t-shirts. A door prize was drawn for and was won by Catherine Bungay. There were also stickers placed on the bottom of 2 chairs for a prize of a fruit basket. These were won by Joyce Pillard and Bernice Anderson. This Team Jeopardy game will be shown in its entirety at a later date.
Homophobia for 500. According to a UK HIV/AIDS charity study, disapproval of homosexuality and homosexuals is found to be more pronounced in people of this educational level and social status. According to a United Kingdom HIV/AIDS charity study, disapproval of homosexuality and homosexuals is found to be more pronounced in people of this educational level and social status. All right. 20 seconds. I'm hoping you get it right so I don't need to repeat it.
What are the upper class people? Professionals?
No, I'm sorry, that's incorrect. Upper class professionals is not the right answer. What is Brandon is blocked off my enlisting list? According to a UK HIV/AIDS charity study, disapproval of homosexuality and homosexuals is found to be more pronounced in people of this education level and social status. If you got it right, you still wouldn't win anyway. Alright. According to a UK HIV/AIDS charity study, disapproval of homosexuality, sexuality, and homosexuals is found to be more pronounced in people of this educational level and social status. That's pass. What's that? Alright, pass.
Repeat, please.
According to a United Kingdom UK HIV/AIDS charity study, disapproval of homosexuality and homosexuals is found to be more pronounced in people of this educational level and social status. Period.
What is lower class?
What is yes, we'll accept that. What is low educational level and status? Immaturity of parents, lack of parenting skills, unrealistic expectations about children's behavior and capabilities, and parents' own negative child experience all are factors which contribute to this. Immaturity of parents, lack of parenting skills, unrealistic expectations about children's behavior and capabilities, and parents' own negative child experiences are all factors which contribute to this.
What is child abuse?
Yes, that is correct. What is child abuse? Is for 400. During 2004 and 2005, how many women and dependent children stayed in shelters in Newfoundland and Labrador? This is a number. During 2004, how many women and dependent children stayed in shelters in Newfoundland and Labrador? The number, so whoever is closest wins. If for some reason there's a tie, it'll be whoever is under but closest. Alright, first we'll get the lioness to read. That's alright. Nope, how much did you wager? Okay, all of it, $1,000. And how much did you wager? Okay, $1,000, so it's going to come down to who gets it right. And your answer was... What is 635? And yours was?
What is 280?
What is 280? The correct answer is 1,084. So the Lions are closest and they win.
International Women's Day is March the 8th. Ending violence against women. Action for real results. 2007 marks the 30th anniversary of International Women's Day. Established in 1977 by the United Nations, This important day provides an opportunity to celebrate the progress made to advance women's rights and to assist the challenges that remain. International Women's Day encourages us to consider steps to bring about equality for women and girls in all of their diversity, to celebrate the collective power of women's past, present, and future. In recognition of International Women's Day, the ELF Committee is sponsoring its first Lunch and Learn at the Calder Elf Care Boardroom from 12 noon to 1 p.m. on Thursday, March the 8th. Lunch will be provided free for all women, but men are also welcome to attend. June E. Scott will be presenting on her experience with being a social activist for the past 20 years. Space is limited, so be sure to register by Monday, March the 5th by leaving your name with Ada Vatcher at 886-2294 or Kathy Cutler at 886-2185. Earring Helpers. Seniors helping seniors towards healthier earring and social inclusion. An initiative of the Canadian Art of Earring Association, Newfoundland and Labrador, the Earring Helping Project will involve 15 to 20 volunteers from throughout our province. The objectives of the project are to improve awareness and recognition of hearing loss and its isolation effect, particularly as they relate to seniors, to alleviate the negative psychological and social effects of hearing loss on seniors, and through the Earring Helpers, assist Art of Earring seniors, their families, friends, caregivers, and professionals on the helpful techniques, devices, and resources available. These volunteer Earring Helpers will combine their own skills and experience with the information provided by the CHHA during 2-day session in St. John's. They will return to their communities to visit with Art of Earring seniors and conduct information sessions with individual seniors or groups of seniors and their families, friends, and caregivers from May to June and September to December. Funding for the Earring Helping Project has been provided by the New Horizons for Senior Programs, Government of Canada, and the CHHA. March is Colorectal Cancer Awareness and Nutrition Month. Did you know screening is a very important way to prevent and detect colorectal cancer? Early detection can be more effective treatment. Colorectal cancer usually develops over a long time without causing any signs or symptoms. When symptoms do start, they are often vague and easily mistaken for more common illnesses. Regular physical activity and eating a healthy diet that includes plenty of vegetables and fruit may help reduce your risk of colorectal cancer. Currently, colorectal cancer is the 4th most commonly diagnosed cancer and the 2nd leading cause of cancer death in Canada. In 2006, it was estimated that about 20,000 Canadians were diagnosed with colorectal cancer and about 8,500 died from it. 9 out of 10 men and women diagnosed with colorectal cancer are 50 years of age and older. Did you know that eating a variety of foods each day help you make healthy choices? Eating different foods makes it easier to get all the nutrients you need for good health. With healthy choices, you will be less likely to end up with too much fat, salt, or too little fiber. Base your healthy eating habits on Canadian Food Guide to Healthy Eating. For more information on healthy food choices, the Canadian Cancer Society encourages you to call our Cancer Information Services at 1-888-939-3333. March is also Red Cross Month, and the Red Cross is thanking Canadians for their overwhelming support for international disaster relief efforts, while calling on public support for disaster preparedness efforts in Canada. The Red Cross responds to thousands of disasters across Canada each year, ranging from house fires to floods and tornadoes. Whether one family is affected or an entire community, the impact of these disasters is equally devastating for those who experience them. Red Cross volunteers are poised to respond at a moment's notice to help the people affected. Canadians can make a difference in a variety of ways: by making a donation, by contacting their local Red Cross office to learn about volunteer opportunities in disaster services, and by ensuring the preparedness of their own family or business. The Canadian Mental Health Association, Newfoundland and Labrador Division, present their annual Peace of Mind raffle. $10 equals 12 chances to win $15,000 in cash prizes. Draws take place the first Wednesday of each month, starting with Mental Health Week, May 9, 2007, and ending in Easter, April 2008. The four larger prizes draws are Mental Health Week, which is May, $5,000, Mental Illness Awareness Week, October, $3,000, Christmas, December, $2,000, Easter, April, $1,000. The remaining draws are for $500 each. To purchase your ticket, drop by 81 Kinmount Road in St. John's or call 1-709-753-8550 or toll free at 1-866-509-3937. This concludes our program for tonight. Thank you for watching. Good night.